wanted to film a video listing off my Christmas wish list as a gardener. Maybe you guys are also looking for things to add to your list, or you're not a gardener yourself and you want to find things that someone, your loved one that's a gardener, will enjoy. Most of these things I don't own because it's my wish list, but some of the things I have owned and are looking to get the same thing or something else that is in that same category, if that makes sense. The first thing on my list is something I use every single day. I'm always gifted it, around Christmas time because this company has a lot of sales and they usually do a lot of gift sets. Yeah, gift sets. It's the L'Occitane French hand cream. I don't know how to say that properly, but this is the unscented one. My favorite one is the almond one. They also have their almond fragrance. They also have cherry blossom or lavender, or they also have really good seasonal ones. So I know during fall, it's still fall, but now they're pushing their Christmas stuff. So during fall they have pumpkin spice and your basic ones like that. And then during Christmas, I'm pretty sure they have a gingerbread and a peppermint. I never tried those, but I'm sure if it's the same formula, it's just as good. I put this on every day and it makes it's a thick consistency, but it absorbs super fast and feels silky and velvety on your skin. So I would give this one. There's also another one that I've never tried that I would try if I could get my hands on. It's the Crabtree and Evelyn Gardener's Hand Cream. It's specifically for gardeners' hands, and it's supposed to be very luxurious, very makes your skin very silky smooth. It's supposed to smell really good. However, they don't really have stores in the mall, or they don't really sell it in a Nordstrom or a Sephora like this. They have, or I forgot to mention, you could buy this at Nordstrom, you could buy it at Macy's, Ulta, Sephora, and then they have their own store in some malls, which is also convenient because they have their own sales. I know Black Friday they're doing a sale, and then around Christmas time they do a sale. So it's nice to be able to buy straight from the store. So as I was saying about the Crabtree and Evelyn, before I get distracted, they don't have a store. They got rid of a lot of the stores, I guess probably pre-pandemic, but they have an online store. Went on the online store to see if I could purchase this hand cream, and it sold out. So I guess if you can get your hands on it, it'd be a good gift or good for yourself. But I decided not to really include that on my list because it doesn't seem like you can get it in a lot of places. The next thing on my list are gardening books, which I think are you might think, oh well, they might not be a reader, but if someone's super into gardening, they're gonna want to read about gardening, just because there's so many different techniques you can learn about gardening. You want to hear different ways, different stories. It's a good way to geek out. The books that I want, that I can't really say I've read this book and I love it, because this is my wish list, so I can't give my rating of the book or review. But it's the first one is The Dry Garden by Beth Chatto, which is supposed to be a book about not using irrigation in your garden, which I live in California, so I would probably always need irrigation because we're in a drought. However, you can incorporate those techniques into your garden so that you don't have to water as much. Next one is Botany for Gardeners by Brian Capone. I'm someone who likes to learn the science about how things work, so obviously I'm super passionate about gardening, so I'm gonna be super into learning about how plants work on the cellular level, and this book is supposed to be really good about explaining that to someone who doesn't necessarily have a science background. I do have a science background, so I'm probably not included in that group of people, but I think making it as easy as to read and understand is what makes the book like able to reach a bigger audience, or the whole gardening audience, I guess. Along that same lines is How Plants Work by Linda Chalker Scott, which is again like how plants work. I mean, I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory, right? But she also wrote a book called The Informed Gardener, which is another one that I want to read. It's basically disproving or proving the myths around gardening, because it can get kind of confusing with all the things that you hear, like don't do this, don't do that, do this, but really you would probably get away with a lot in the garden. So there's actually 2 parts to that book because there's so many myths that she goes over. But what I really liked, not only about like probably the information that I gained from it, is that the book itself is so pretty. Both books have really pretty illustrations. Like you can really like keep it out on a bookshelf or on your table, use it as decor. And that's also something that I'm drawn to. Like when I'm giving something, I want it to be like they would get use out of it, but also something that's like pretty or like will go with their house. The last one is Botanical Shakespeare by Garrett Quilley. I went to England a few years ago, and I remember getting this postcard from a tea shop, and on the postcard it has a bunch of like little drawings or illustrations of plants that were in Shakespeare plays, and then like a quotation of when that was in the play. And I love it so much. I think it's so pretty, so cute. And so the book Botanical Shakespeare is just an extension of that postcard that I talked about. It has really pretty illustrations of the plant that Shakespeare talked about in his play, or I guess not talked about, but described in his play. And then it also has I guess the longer quotation of that plant that was in the play. A lot of books that are like specific to the region. So in California, there's like, we're a pretty big state, so there's like the Northern California gardening, and then there's like Central Valley gardening, or Southern California gardening, and then there's like Pacific Northwest gardening. So you could get someone like a book that's specific to their region. I've even seen it like go down to like the counties. So I think that would be super helpful, because you'd be like learning how to grow things in your zone, and what works best in your zone, and like tips and techniques and stuff like that. So I think that would be really a really good gift. My next I guess category is a gardening hat. I have a gardening hat right now, and I need to get a replacement for it. It has had a little bit of damage. I've had it for a few years, and I've left it outside in the sun for like a few days. So that's like when a lot of this happened, during the heat wave in California. But this one is made by Gold Coast Sunwear. I like it. I'm personally someone who doesn't like my hat to be too like high up, if that makes sense. Like I feel like this is a good size for my head. I don't want to like get like one of those ones that are super tall. This is what it looks like on. I got this one from a local nursery, which is where you should, like, a good place to find hats like this that aren't super expensive. So that's a place to get your hat. There's also a brand called the San Diego Hat Company. I actually want one of their hats. It's called the El Campo unisex hat, and it's for unisex, so it has like 3 different sizes depending on your size head. Also has like different color straw, and then I believe they have like different color of this. I'm someone who's just like neutral, so like this color or black is like something that I like, and I think that's also safe to give to someone, because you might not always know what their style, or even like for me, I like to kind of match. So like if I'm wearing something like super bright, like if I wear this, it's like not gonna clash, or if I'm wearing something neutral, like wearing this, it's not gonna clash. I don't know, I'm kind of weird like that. So that's where like an idea is a hat, and then also seed storage. I am just using this like Dollar Tree galvanized tub to hold all my seeds, but it's starting to fill up, and it's like it doesn't really keep it organized. But there's this one that I want. It's called the Galvanized Seed Saver Kit, and it's I believe on gardeners.com. It's kind of pricey. They have two sizes. The smaller one is like $50, or sorry, $40, and then the bigger one is $60, I believe. But they're very pretty. Like, I guess it's like galvanized and like silver. I guess like a galvanized tub, like this kind of material. So I feel like it just goes with like everything, and it looks very clean, very like sleek, if you will. And it has like envelopes in it, so you could store your own seeds that you collect. And then also it comes with like you know those cabinets that you open up and then they have folders in them to keep everything organized? It also comes with that. So that's more pricier, but again, it's like if you're giving a gift, you want to have something a little pricier to give to like a loved one, I feel. There's also this other one called the Park Hill Collection seed packet box, which is what I want. Well, both of them I'd be happy with, but it's just, I'll put pictures in because I know I'm like, I don't have it, so I can't really show it. So I'm not like selling it. But again, I'm not trying to sell it. I'm just trying to give you ideas. So it's like, if you don't pick the exact one, it's not really a big deal. It's just I'm trying to inspire you. But yeah, it's a box, a wooden box, and then on the top of it, it's clear so you could see the inside of your seeds, and then it says seeds on it. I just think it's super cute and very like farm and rustic. Same with the galvanized seed saver. That's kind of more my style, is rustic and farmhousey and all that. So that's like what I would like. Of course, there's tons of other ones out there. There's like pink ones, green ones, like different styles. It kind of depends on who you're buying for. The next one is plant markers. I like doing this for like my herbs and like little flower arrangements like this, you know. I don't necessarily put it in my garden bed like plant markers, because it's like I kind of know what I planted there, you know. But for little potted plants like that, I like using markers. There's the standard markers from gardeners.com, which are really cute. They're like they're metal, and then you could write on them. And then there's like these Etsy garden markers. Oh, that's a good idea. Like, I forgot to mention that like Etsy is like a good place to find a lot of gardening things, and it's like handmade, so it's like more I don't want to use the word intimate, but it's more special because someone made it and then you had to like look for it on Etsy. But there's like these metal plant markers that are circular, and then on the plant marker is stamped like whatever, like chives or onions or mint or whatever, and they're really cute. It's something that I would want. But Etsy also had a lot of other cute garden markers, and they also had cute like seed storages too, ones that were like you could get monogrammed or like put like someone's name on the actual box. Those are a little more expensive, but again, if you're like giving a gift, like you maybe want to go that route. Another gift idea are gloves. I recently lost my gloves, so I would like the Digz high performance fabric gloves. Digz have a lot of pretty prints, but the ones that I specifically want are the ones with like poppies, and they're like greenish blue gloves. Most people that I know, or most gardeners I should say, they don't like wearing gloves. They like feeling the soil and being able to grab things. I'm the same way too, but I work on a farm, and a lot of the times I'm having to like pick up things that are either kind of gross to touch, or they would hurt me if I touched them. So like I need like a high performance glove, not like the nitrile ones where they're like kind of like like plasticky feeling, or like just like regular thin gloves. I need something that's thick and that like can velcro on, so like it's not coming off, and I could just really grab like thorns or weeds or whatever, not worry about messing up my hands. Another gift idea are planters. I know that seems kind of like, oh well, that's like so vague, but there's planters can be kind of expensive, especially if you want something that's like really cute. A planter that I wanted for so long, but I like cannot justify spending $30 or $25 to $30 on just like a plant pot, is the Bergs potter. It's from, I can't even remember. The company was like founded in Copenhagen, I believe, but however they make their pots handmade in Italy with the clay and terracotta from there. So they're really good planters. They also come with the saucer, and a lot of them have like, well, all of them, each one has like a different design on it that you could pick out. Like they have like a scalloped edge. There's like ones with like ridges around, like, I'm trying to like show one that I have. I'll just use this as a good example. So like right here would be the scalloped, and then right here there's another one where it's like ridges going around it, and they're just very elegant looking. Again, rustic looking, because like each one is handmade, so they all look a little different. So like that would be a good gift to someone, because you aren't necessarily going to spend $30 on yourself for just a plant pot when you could be buying a plant or whatever. But if you're giving that to someone, it's like a nice gift. So it's Bergs is the brand. So they have their own website, but they also sell at some nurseries, so you can like see if your local nursery sells them. PotteryBarn also has some that are like that. They have that brand, and then they also have like other brands that are similar style, so I would look on PotteryBarn too. Anthropologie has a lot of cute pots. They have the Bergs one, but then they also have like these other ones that are similar to this, but they're shorter, and then they but like this color but shorter, and they come in like a set of 3. So I would just like recommend looking at bougier stores like that, like Anthropologie, PotteryBarn, or like other home goods stores like that, to find something that's like unique and something that you wouldn't necessarily spend money on yourself for. This one I got is also like another cute one. I got this at Green Acres, a nursery in Sacramento. It wasn't $30, it was like $5 or $6, but it still has that kind of look. I'm trying to see. Oh, it's made in Italy. Made in Italy. It's called Peroma. Oh no, Doroma. So if you wanted a cheaper option, you can either go to that nursery or look up this brand. Moving on to the next gift idea, or my wish list. I keep forgetting that it's my wish list. Is a garden themed puzzle. I always see these in nurseries, but I never want to treat myself just because like they're kind of expensive, like $25 to $30 for a puzzle. And also when I'm at a nursery, I'm like, I want to spend my money either on plants or pots or seeds, not necessarily a puzzle. So I feel like this would be a good gift idea if you don't want to give someone something that's super obvious, or maybe you don't really know their style. For the other things on my list, there's this brand called Vintage Puzzle. vintage puzzles, I believe. They're in a lot of the nurseries, and the one that I would like is a bees and honey one. So it has like a honey hive in the middle, and then like bees around it, and then like has plants that the bees are attracted to on it, and then I'm pretty sure it has the name of the plant under each plant. There's also another one that's like has like hummingbirds and like the plants that they like. There's another one where it's just like flora, different types of flora on the puzzle. There's one that's like veggies. So there's kind of like one for everyone or every gardener. I would give that. I would like to get that, receive that. So I would give it. I think that's a good idea. The second to last gift idea I have for your gardener is or was inspired by the fact that I am going to a workshop for cutting propagation at the Theodore Payne Foundation, which is in Southern California, going next week. It's a few hours. You also get to take the plants that they let you cut for propagation. It's specifically for California native plants, but it inspired me because local nurseries do a lot of workshops and classes, so you can sign, or I guess pay for your friend or loved one to also join in on those classes, or you guys can make it a date. You can go to the Theodore Payne Foundation. They also have done online classes, so if you follow them on Instagram, they'll like let you know when there's going to be an online class or I guess on-site class, which is what I'm doing. If you don't want to worry about travel or anything like that, there's the master class that is hosted by Ron Finley, who is an urban gardener in LA. It seems like from the commercials, the class is more geared to learning how to garden with what you have. So if you have a really big backyard, or if you don't have a lot of resources, teaching people like that, because I mean, that is like the biggest thing, is like some people feel like, oh, since I don't have a backyard, I can't garden. But this kind of debunks that myth with Ron Finley. If this list didn't help you at all, you could always go with going to a local nursery or local to whoever you are gifting for and getting them a gift card. I would love getting a gift card. I don't care if like people, I know giving gift cards is kind of controversial. It's like, oh, it wasn't sentimental or it wasn't a thoughtful gift, but honestly, anything I get towards buying a new plant or plant related items at my favorite place, which is the plant nursery, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna be so thankful, and I'm gonna love that gift. And every time I see what I bought with that gift card, I'm gonna think about the person that gave me that gift card. I feel like you can't go wrong, especially like letting a gardener pick out exactly what they want if you are yourself not a gardener. That is the end of my list. I hope that this is helpful. I know it probably wasn't as smooth as I would like the video to go, because this is my first video, and also I don't have the items that I want as a gift. However, I will try to include a picture of what I'm talking about, because I know my hand descriptions and my pot's description wasn't that great, so I'll try to have like a picture of what I'm talking about. And I'll also include links to the items that I talked about, or like the websites, or just like a broad range of like the website where you can get things that are similar to what I was talking about, or exactly what I was talking about. I think that's all I wanted to talk about, all my list and all I needed to get through. Thank you so much for watching if you got to the end of it. I am new and I'm gonna try and post a video every week, either like a garden center video, or like an actual like plant with me, or some other kind of list. I'm gonna try and do a video of my workshop at Theodore Payne. Maybe I'll try to do a video about my day at my job, because I work on a farm. I like doing a lot of seed starting, so maybe that's something I could do. But if you want to see something, or if you have any comments or suggestions of what I could do to improve my videos, or like what you want to see, let me know please, because it'll be very helpful. Thank you for watching.